Okay, I was a little bit quick here. I meant to plug in the lights. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Hello. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Morning Live. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn up my mic here, and then we'll get right into the healing. Oh, no, that's already pretty hot. Okay, great. Amazing. Hello, welcome. My name is Julia Rose. I'm a psychic medium and Reiki master, and every Saturday morning I come live, or to the best of my ability, otherwise it gets moved to different times on the weekend, to break down some collective energies. We start with a little bit of energy healing, and then we go into the channeled messages, and then put together some prayers for a Reiki prayer candle for the collective healing. That's all of you included. Okay. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors of the holy light. Thank you, source of all that is, for facilitating this message today. Please use me to communicate what you'd like to communicate. And I offer this to all of your angels, guides, and ancestors, and to each and every one of you. May you be blessed with peace and prosperity. Okay. If you are open to receiving this energy activation, we're going to be tuning in with 101. Angel number 101. If you're open to receiving this energy activation, we're tuning in with 101. This is going to be a selenite crystal healing, labradorite crystal healing, along with Reiki energy that's moving through, okay? I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest for everyone else. Good morning, Mary Penny. Ashley, hello. We're tuning in with 101 today to activate the energy healing. Can y'all already feel this full moon coming on Monday? My readings are timeless, but if I do reference a particular transit, it could just be that a similar energy is appearing in your life, so use your discernment. Mm-hmm. Again, we're tuning in with angel number 101 if you're open to receiving. And my dog says hello. Okay. was like, where is it? They said snowflake obsidian and black tourmaline. That's what kind of day it is. Okay, guys. Labrador right down. Well, dang. Yeah, it's a cute little turtle. Again, if the sensations or the energy ever feels like it's a little too much with these activations, just take some deep breaths and place a hand over your heart and over your sacral. Some grounding deep breaths. Let the tension melt away. This energy activation is grounding and soothing energy for the mind. Protection, obviously, but you're already protected. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Cynthia. That's my little Stella, if you can hear her. Yeah, there's lots of energy coming through, so just sit with it, just breathe. Again, if you're open to receiving, we're tuning in with 101. Wow. Okay. Okay, wow, yeah, we're gonna leave that there. They said not as long today as I might normally want to go. So, hello, happy Saturday. How the heck is it going? Okay. Yeah, some really, really interesting energies in the collective today and leading up to this message. I know some of my videos have this week kind of alluded to it or touched on it a little bit, but we're gonna just I'm gonna start with the cards because I feel like I want to let spirit really guide the way this is going, and I feel like they want to do that through the cards today. Yeah, as I sit here and I'm like, no, they're like getting ready to download in my brain. It's, I mean, the first thing I'm hearing in these energies right now is go easy on yourself, okay? There's a lot coming up. There's a lot being stirred up. You know, when it rainstorms on a lake, all the water in the lake gets muddy because the change in circumstances brings all of the mud up from the bottom of the lake and it becomes cloudy. So it feels like a lot of that is starting to happen right now in the collective with all of these. I don't know the transits specifically, all of them, but I know definitely leading into this full moon that we are having on Monday, okay? So this is this is a period of time where you're being asked to hold yourself with self-love and with compassion, radical acceptance, without judgment or fear or shame or guilt of the things that you have survived, okay? Justin, welcome. This is This is setting you up for the new energies that are coming in. But in order for you to be fully in alignment with these timelines that are changing for you to fully integrate and step into this new one completely and stay there, Spirit has been needing you to look at some of these things in your past without a lens of judgment, whether that's making yourself feel bad about not being able to change things sooner, whether it's things that you did when you were acting unconsciously and the pain you might have caused. If it's judging yourself for the way you chose to cope with things when you didn't know any better. A lot of flashbacks are coming up in the collective right now, okay? And it's really important that you are being as gentle as possible with yourself as you hold space for all of these emotions, all of these memories to come up and come out. That in order for them to come out, it requires you to hold silent space for them. In other words, you might say, or in other words, you say, you honor your journey. You honor your journey. No, it hasn't been easy. No, it hasn't been pretty. Yeah, it's been terrifying. Yeah, you felt incredibly alone. 1111 and 1110 could be synchronicities for you. But this is not happening without purpose. You're being called to shift. And in order to fully shift and and pivot completely without feeling like you can't actually move forward wholeheartedly the way spirit wants for you, the way that you've been wanting, this this space of discomfort, this is expanding your capacity to hold truth, to hold uncomfortable truth without making yourself feel bad about things that you can't change anymore. Especially if this is related to loved ones who've transitioned, okay? Loved ones on the other side now. They are holding a much higher perspective of compassion towards you and towards all of these situations than you might even allow yourself to be situated in, okay? Without being fully tethered to the earthly realm, it is there is no need for guilt and shame. There's only awareness and acceptance and love for not knowing better. And that's honoring the journey, honoring what has been so that it can be healed and released. Sacred Pure Heart, welcome. This is what all of these triggers are serving right now. And I want to say, I'm using, we'll say, flashbacks and triggers interchangeably here, all right? Because all of these things have been called up from your subconscious, the depths of your mind. They've been called up to come out so that you can fully step into where it is you're headed. Okay? Now I think I'm going to pull some cards. I think it's funny. They're like, no, you channel, then you cards. Mm-hmm. Hello, Ken. What deck do you want me to use, Spirit? I feel like, I was going to say Oracle, but I feel like it's Tarot. Yeah, 1111 and 444 could be really significant for you, but there's a lot of angel numbers running around right now. That's a funny way to put it. You could be seeing 222, 555, 333. The threes are very significant also. Let's see. I am, Spirit, I am. Yeah, I thought so. They were like, Tarot, Oracle, Tarot, Oracle. Interesting. For those of you just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. How would you like to expand on this message, Spirit? So with this full moon on Monday, I'll be coming live to go through channeled messages from the moon directly and the energies that are being activated by it, and then we'll go through a Reiki guided meditation, okay? I haven't set the live time for that, but if you're wanting to get that notification, subscribe to my channel and you will be notified once you hit that notification bell. Uh-huh. Oh, interesting. Not what I was expecting. I was just giving them shit. I was like, you guys made me pull the oracle cards and then none of them even pop out. We have the universe. The universe. And if you look really closely, that looks like a world stretched around a world, doesn't it? Or is that a world stretched around the moon? Is the moon not a world also? It feels like this. Okay, okay, hold on. So there's one message here around you exploring the multidimensionality of you, the way that you can exist simultaneously in multiple spaces and timelines at once, and really holding space for a mystical perspective of how you can exist here and now. And at the same time, it's like this dual polarity here. So on the one hand, it's like really zooming out to see your entire existence, but then also really honing in on the specifics of how everything works in front of you, how all of it starts to come together. And I think it's interesting with all of these strings here. It's like I feel like you've been trying to step out of a certain way of creating. Yeah, that resonates with a message that I just did. Um, a certain way of creating. Like I'm seeing you like pulling strings, like trying to change this here, trying to change that here. Spirit's reminding you that when you're trying to change everything at once in one moment, that it can create a sort of a yeah, distortion, yes, but also a kind of pushback where you won't actually be able to see results in everything that you're trying to create change in at once. Focus on one thing at a time and be really clear about what your intentions are with that. Okay? Not that you can't have multiple intentions. Yep. Not that you can't have multiple intentions at once, furthering to like it's aiming to further the different areas of your life, but it's also that you have because you've been having so many things that you want to change or that you want to start, it's been making it chaotic for you to really decide, okay, well, this is where I'm going to focus my energy now. And so spirit has been trying to take things away so you can be very, very clear about, okay, well, now you can only focus on this and this. So and that in and of itself is also a response to your intention. That's a timeline that was created because of the things that you were wanting to experience. Okay. And it feels like this has actually you might feel unstable. This is not making you unstable. This is actually helping you solidify your foundation, what it is that actually holds you up, what it is that you genuinely live by. So, this could also be values. You're appreciating your values, or your values are appreciating, and you're starting to understand how mystical intentions, how your sacred ideas are starting to manifest. Because I think You haven't trusted your abilities to create. Okay, here we go. I'm starting to see it. You haven't trusted your abilities to create. Okay, you've been like, okay, well, I can create this next idea. I can create this thing. I can maybe work towards that, but only if I have this. Okay? And spirit's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Your guides are like, hold the phone. Stop right there. Stop right there. I'm sorry. How many conditions did you just place on that thing that you're trying to create for joy? How many limitations did you just describe? So it's like when you're trying to create in that energy of expectation, they're going to be checking you, and it's going to sometimes feel like a body check. Okay. Now, this is not related to the first message that was coming through about the flashbacks. This is something different. And I'm sure we'll get back to that if there's more there, but I'm just trusting the flow of this right now. And I feel like that's what your guides are trying to get you to do. Okay. It's not always going to be clear 30, 40, 50 years from now. You don't, exactly. Thank you. You don't need to know. You literally don't need to know. When you start to understand, thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Came to this realization last night. When you have this understanding of how reality works, that you are literally moving through timelines. You have to understand that timelines are parallel realities. Okay. So when you are living in one existence and you say, okay, I want to change this, I want to change that, I want to change this, I want to change that, that's opening up doors for the potential to you for you to walk through them. Now, you're not going to be able to walk through all the doors at the same time because you're one person. Unless they're all like lined up perfectly like this. If they're all like this, you can't go through all of them at once. Maybe other versions of you could, but you're creating future timelines that are next to each other, that in case once you keep going down the road, you set these intentions, you can shift between them. Sometimes a door closes, sometimes you're like, timeline, yeah, that's not really what I want. Whatever. Bye. You have to be so clear. You have to be so clear and choose intentionally the door that you're walking through. And the way to do that is to just focus on what's in front of you right now, literally today. What are you doing today? How are you showing up for yourself this week? How are you going to make sure that all your needs are met this month? At most. At most. Spirit is saying you have to enjoy more. You have to enjoy more. You have to let yourself play a little bit more. See, I like that the rainbow's showing up on that. Can you see? I like these cards. So with this, Lune, hi. I was thinking about you last night. Play and the Weaver. It's like there's this joy. There's this joy that is here for you. But it comes when you surrender the expectation of how things are supposed to turn out. Okay? And I feel like because you've been so worried about, well, I want to do this, but it has to do this, and this for me. You're not creating an energy of joy and freedom. You're creating an energy of burden and expectation. And that's not something that you want to be stepping into, which is why some of your manifestations are really hard for you to step into because you're expecting them to pan out a certain way. This is a reason, and so that's like what you put in, you get out. But also what you emit emotionally, what you feel internally is what becomes mirrored externally. Are you following? This is a little bit of a it feels it feels a little bit higher level sometimes in like the direct messages that I'm getting through because we're talking about like the dimensionality of it. But this is something for you to consider when you are wanting to make changes in your life, okay? When doors are opening, it means that opportunity is coming for you, and it's not just doors that are side to side that you have to make choices around. They're going to be doors on the same timeline that are moving you forward. Do you understand the distinction between those? The indecision comes from trying to create too many things at once instead of following your inspiration right now. Your inspiration might be like, "I'm gonna go bake some cookies." And you're like, "Well, that's totally random, and I don't have time for that." But what does your joy say? Your energy body might be telling you, your physical body might be saying, "Okay, well, you know what? Baking cookies is something that I really love, and that I'm gonna be able to, really enjoy that, and that's gonna put me back into an energy of excitement and of flow." And from there, that's the energy that you wanna be making decisions because you want things to be easy and effortless. So do you see how this is, um, tracking with the message that I did a couple days ago? How oh, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. What was I talking about? Flow, energy of flow. Oh gosh. I looked at the chat because I wanna be engaged with you, but I lost my flow. So, welcome in. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Let's see. Can you bring that back for me? My higher self is like, Julia. So you want things to be easy and effortless, but you're trying to create from a space of tension. Tension does not create ease and effort. Alignment creates ease and effort. So getting into the energy of alignment by making choices re redirect you back into that energy then makes creating easier. Like you can't create from one vibration and expect a different vibration from it, right? This is the whole idea about you needing to widen your perspective in order to I guess the way it's coming through is like transcend your current reality, but really see things in a new way so that you can make new choices and perceive yourself differently so that reality can shift with you. Okay? And I feel like there are some of these things here that you have been at odds with not happening the way that you expect or on your timeline. It's not that they're not on your timeline, it's just that the pressure you put on these things repels them. Okay? The pressure you put on these things repels them. So when you're trying to get back into some of you, this is about a lot of the sacral chakra healing that we were talking about over on Patreon. You're trying to get back into your creativity, but it requires you facing a lot of the dark, scary stuff. Okay. Right now, it's less about what's happening in your current reality than how you respond to it, because the way you make choices to respond to things is what creates your vibration and what sets the tone for your next reality shift. That's how you take your power back. That's how you stop the momentum from all of these negative thought trains that have been carrying you forward up to this point. So when you start to get these flashbacks and these memories coming up and these horrible tastes in your mouth and this queasiness in your stomach around all of these things that you are literally thinking about, you have to remember that that energy that you are stepping into after a certain period of time, maybe it's 7 or 17 seconds, less than half a minute, that starts to gain traction in your life. And so then you have to put a little bit extra energy, a little bit more time into completely stopping that momentum and shifting your vibration again. So the challenge here, or the invitation really, because it's not challenging, it's just a new way of thinking for you. When these uncomfortable memories and moments are coming up, how do you let them pass you by? These are moments from your old reality. Yes, they made you who you were today, who, who you are today, but I suppose it is past tense because you're always creating from the now and forward. When you allow and release without judgment, you're no longer holding on to the past. You're no longer fighting it. Are you starting to see that? Is that clear? The way that that's coming through? Make the damn pie, Lune. Hey, Krugs. Well, the flow isn't outside of you, Alma. And this isn't about repenting. I I respect the word holds weight for some. It does not hold weight for me here. Yeah, no, we don't fuck with that. We don't fuck with the I am disgusting. Because that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm a terrible person. I'm a shitty person. I shouldn't have done that. I'm the worst. Why can't I figure it out? That's exactly what I'm saying is creating more negativity in your life and making more circumstances for you to feel terrible about yourself. Forgiveness releases. Forgiveness lets go. So maybe instead of I repent, I release. I forgive. I make peace. Your word choice matters, folks. Because what you what's that? What's it? What you speak, you attract. So be so intentional here. What is it actually that you want to experience? Because it usually is a feeling. Whatever it is that you want to actually see in your reality, it's because you expect it to make you feel a certain way, right? But all those things that you really want, if those are emotional desires, you have the ability to feel that emotion now. You just have to tune into it. You have to draw it up from in you. And sometimes it's buried under a lot of shit. Okay? That's why stuff comes up for you to hold space and release it. Okay, I'm not going to argue about this, but you just said you were disgusting, and that just kind of justified my thought. So, God bless you. Happy you're here. I know I've forgiven and let go, just battling and to find my inner flow, my inner joy. I understand, though, feels like I've lost my soul. But see, remember that it's not outside of you. This is why these little things that you might think are dumb are your inner child saying, no, this is what's going to get us back in touch. This is what's going to get us back in tune. Krugs, amen. You can't, true that. You can't judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree. Lune said, someone said to me the other day a jellyfish analogy where jellyfish can get ripped up trying to swim in waves, but can swim with ease in calm waters. So, right, surrendering to the ebb and flow of life. Do you force things or do you hold space when things are tough so that clarity can arise and then you make decisions from there? But it's not lost, Alma. That's the whole point of this message. It's not gone. It didn't disappear. It's not outside of you. That's why you're having trouble. It's in you. It's in your heart. You might do some heart chakra meditations, heart chakra healing. It's not about getting something back that was lost. It's about releasing all of these things that you thought were supposed to make you you, but are not you. Mhm. And you're not going to tension your way back to your flow. These vibrations are at odds. Where one exists, the other cannot. The same as where truth exists, illusion dissipates. That's the power of duality in this realm. And if you really don't know where to start, you need to book a reading with me. If this isn't clear, you need to book a reading with me. Good. You're welcome. Yeah, you're not going to tension your way back to your flow. This is the power of releasing. This is the power of allowing, the power of surrender. Surrender and let go. Hey, Lisa. Okay. Literally. Deborah Cox, hello. Long time no see on a live, my friend. Self-love. Self-love. This is the key. This is the key to all of this, to all of your manifesting, is loving who you genuinely are, not what others have made you out to be or have expected you to be. You're calling back your power from situations that you felt powerless. Mhm. We're going to take that one. That's funny. The sage. And for some of you, this is actually about manifesting. For others of you, this is a reminder to be cleansing your space, cleansing your mind, body, and soul, working with energy medicine. Maybe for some of you, it's a reminder to not fight the doors that are shut. Let some of the doors close. I'm hearing a lot of you are being redirected right now in ways that you didn't expect. And that's with purpose. That is with purpose because you've been asking for alignment, you've been asking for more harmony, but you've been expecting it to look a certain way. That's why it had to go. These things have to be taken off your timeline when you are manifesting very quickly and co-creating with your guides. You cannot place visual expectations on what you think you will desire and what you think things will make you feel, because especially if you're still getting to know who you are and you're still holding a lot of this stuff down and repressing a lot of your emotions and a lot of your past. Okay? Because vibrationally that stuff is still that's messing with your barometer. Okay? It's messing with your barometer to perceive what it is that you really want. And loving yourself and who you are genuinely in truth. This stuff takes time to integrate, but that's why spirit will be moving you into new spaces or into new ideas in order to fully clear it up. It's like separate what isn't you and then let it just flow away. Let it float away. Release it with love and light. Release it with love and light. I have a feeling Cynthia's phone's in her pocket right now. Or her bag or something. Okay. That's fun. I thought we were going to get into the tarot today. Guess not. What else do you need to know? Aha! Take a chance on yourself, would ya? Take risk. I mean, why wouldn't you bet on yourself with all these things that you're calling in? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you bet on yourself? You come this far already, and you've done all these things already. Okay, I feel like I need the tarot now. I feel like I need and I want it. So I'm gonna get it. Yeah, that's exactly what I was hearing, Lune. Take a chance on me. I don't even know what song that is. Okay, they're like, Sage again. All right, fine. All right, fine. ABBA. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh, do you see those were flying? No way. What? Dramatic. Jaw-dropping. Shock. This is the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Swords, folks. And that says to me that you're used to being disappointed. You're used to having your heart broken and feeling betrayed by things that you thought would be good. And that's really the core pattern here. Feeling like, well, what's the point if it's always going to be, I get excited about something and then get completely shattered in the end? This pattern doesn't have to exist anymore if you don't want it to. But that's where the invitation is, for you to believe that you can experience good things and the actual fulfillment of your desires instead of the illusion of it. Because remember, you're starting to know yourself better than you ever have before. The things you always wanted ended in heartbreak, but that's not true anymore. It's only true if you still believe it's true and you keep telling yourself that that's been your whole life. That's backwards manifesting. Do you see? It's time for you to look into the light and look forward. You're still crowned, you're still favored. You're still powerful. Yeah, being really able to enjoy the reality versus the illusion. Thinking you don't deserve the reality just because things have not panned out for you in the past. But you have to understand, you were creating from a version of yourself that didn't actually know you. You didn't actually know you. So you didn't know how to make the choice of moving towards what it is you really want. You didn't even know what you really wanted. Knight of Cups and the Lovers. I know the dogs are like, oh my God, oh my God. You didn't even know what you really wanted. Some of you still don't, because you're not letting these things go. You're not letting your past go. So maybe some of the things that you think you're trying to move towards that you think would be best for you aren't. Or it's because you're not fully open to receiving them. They are for you, but you haven't let go of all the stuff that you don't need to carry anymore. So it's creating roadblocks because it's literally mirroring the energetic blockages in your body. Does that make sense? Those suppressed emotions, they have to be mirrored somehow. All that repressed guilt, all that repressed shame, it has to be mirrored somewhere. Ace of Wands. This is a reminder to be focusing on your health and well-being, and that being a really massive gateway for you to healing these perceptions by focusing on tending to your health and well-being, by listening to your body's needs, by making small promises to yourself and keeping them. That's how you start to build trust again with yourself, and that's how you start to change your reality from the inside out. The follow through for you is you, not external. It's not just God, it's not just your guides. The follow through has to be you. Set an intention and see it through. You're going to go on a walk today. Then don't skip the walk. Some of you guys, this is as small as not honoring your alarm the first time it goes off in the morning. Or not honoring your body's need for rest when you feel like you're shutting down and going into vegetable state. Okay? Yep. I mean, think about it. If you still have the ability to manifest yourself this far, even with all this stuff holding you down, like, why can't it be easy? Once you figure out how to not make things so hard for yourself, why can't it be easy? And how do you make things less hard for you? Stop ignoring your needs and desires. No, they're not going to be logical, but you're trying to be an intuitive person, so you're supposed to move with your intuition. Because you're a magical being. Like, why did you... It's not that you forgot. It's not that you forgot. It's that you didn't know how to execute. Because you're still trying to fit your magic into everyone else's playbook. Nuh-uh. You don't create from the outside in. You create from here. You create from your desires and your sacral. You create from your ability to take action and your confidence and your trust in yourself and the flow of things in your solar plexus. You trust your intentions are for the highest good of all when you're following your joy because you know that naturally it's of service and can make people feel things. It can inspire people. Yeah. Didn't know how to magic from the inner magic. We had the magician come out. This is the inner alchemy that you're learning right now. Creating from the inside out. Literally bringing your awareness not just to the outside of your body, but literally feeling everything inside of your physical form. Bringing your awareness back to your physical body from the inside out, right? So that from there, you're actually creating from inside your body. That's also why things have been a little tricky. That's why things haven't been going how you expected them to. Because you've been trying to create while you've been half in, half out. Okay? That's why the message came through. Prioritize your health. Focus on your health and well-being. It's not just for shits and giggles. It's not just so you can look the way you want to look. This is for your energetic maintenance, your literal protection, and your actual ability to manifest. Me being sick right now and recovering, well, guess who wasn't listening, Lune? Yeah, I'm sorry I was so savage, but actually I got a text to confirm that. So I love you dearly, and I pray that you recover quickly. I know. So, like, you have to understand, like, if you're going to listen to your body's need for rest and you're going to adapt, especially to the change in seasons, right? Like, if you're going to listen to your body's change it, like the needs that change according to where you are, when you are, then that's actually that physical support is helping you energetically optimize to these transitions. I said what I said. Page of Cups, Two of Pentacles. I feel like there's a lot of messages coming through with this. This is either opportunity or your intuition. I feel like you're gonna have to make some choices about your worth and really stand up for yourself here. And all of these lessons you've been going through in the past several months have been aimed at you understanding how precious you are, how worthy and deserving you are. So it's time that you walk around and you talk like you know it. Yeah. 10 of wands on the bottom of the deck. Have to find a way to let this stuff go. And it's not going to be by you fighting it or you pushing it down. It's literally just going to be like, "Oh, that's triggering. Well, let me just sit here with it." Let me just sit here and like talk myself back into regulation. Okay? That's it. It might feel ridiculous doing it in real time, especially if you're around other people that like bring these like out of you. But trust me, they'll be as surprised as you are by you sitting there and being like, "You know what? It looks like this approach wasn't working for me. You know what? And maybe I thought this was going to be a good way to meet this need, but now this is not really working. So I'm going to have to think of something different." Communication is key. Your voice alchemizes all of these things, folks. Okay? Cut the shit. Nice, Lune. Awesome. Is okay, not here. My phone is blowing up. Okay, let's see. We're gonna post some messages here from messages from your future self. God is in control of the situation. Number 58. In case you forgot. Yeah. Create an opportunity from this. Trust your instincts. So the other one was 41, that's 53. Some of you need to let others help you. It's not an admission of weakness. It's not defeat. This is trusting that others can help you get to where you're trying to go. Whether that's your angels, whether that's your guides, whether that's someone like me. Hi. Let other people help you. Aha. Yes. Number 2. There's more to learn from this situation. Is there one more? Okay, I see. Okay. Okay. They're wanting to have me book scry from the Spirit Animals pocket guide. Gorilla. Clear and concise communication is very important at this time. So listen carefully and speak sparingly and articulately. More than ever, it's crucial to respect yourself and extend that respect to everyone you come in contact with. An important teacher is about to come into your life, one who is wise and knowledgeable, yet unpretentious. You'll be experiencing a heightened sense of clairaudience, so listen closely for messages and signs that come through hearing. Take some action about your environmental concerns, whether recycling or otherwise, actively participating in cleaning up the environment. Beautiful. Okay. And for some of you who've never seen my face before, hi, that's me. For others of you, you're going to be connecting with your spirit guides and meditations. So, especially if you've been feeling like, oh, I need to do guided visualization. Well, why do you ignore the call? It's not a Saturday if I'm not yelling at you. I love you. I love you loudly. All right, folks. We're going to pivot into, yeah, that's the message. We're going to be pivoting into the Reiki prayer candle, okay? And I was so exhausted last week when you guys saw me that I got off the YouTube and I was like, I forgot to light the candle for them on the screen. And so I lit it right after then. And I was like, oh my God. Julia, go get some rest. Okay. The shuffling's probably so loud and obnoxious. I didn't even think about that. Because, like, right on the table here. It's part of the experience. Okay. So, if you're new here and you haven't tuned into one of my prayer candles before, I channel Reiki into a candle and channel some prayers over it. And then I invite you all to throw your prayers in the comments, whether they're personal or for the collective. It's entirely up to you. Even if you just say your prayers out loud at home, they're still going to be heard and answered by this prayer because that is my intention and because that's how energy works. So, hold on, coffee. And for those of you wondering, no, I don't always drink with holding it both hands, but I'm channeling a lot of energy here and it's grounding me. Okay. So, how do you know I was thinking about that? Clairaudient. Okay. So here's our little candle that we're going to charge up with some Reiki and some prayers. And if you don't want to add like a specific prayer here in the chat, but you want to say yours out loud, or you just want to send some love, shower some hearts, put some hearts in the chat. Okay. Send your love. Send your love. Well, first of all, I want to extend my gratitude to the source of everything. Thank you for empowering me and every single one of us in the collective here to stay with the path, no matter how hard it is or where it takes us. Thank you. I ask that as much of this energy be funneled into the earth for her healing as possible. And that any star beings who would like to add any of their blessings or use some of this energy to help facilitate the magical, miraculous healing and transformation of everyone here, I welcome that warmly. And those who are open to receiving that will allow that too. I ask that any unassigned angels who are who have expertise, that's the word, thank you, expertise in recovering from grief or addictions, please, please, please go to anyone in the collective that is struggling with these things right now. If they're open to receiving your help, please help them. I'm praying that all find a place where they feel safe to be themselves. Everyone finds and reconnects to the love within, the light within, that is who they truly are. Let our ancestors be honored and our lineages, strengths, and gifts carried forward. Let those who've been seeking miracles find miracles in their everyday lives. Miraculous healing, miraculous connections, miraculous messages, miraculous signs, miraculous prayers answered. Let all who seek meaning find true love in that, unconditional love in that. May all be empowered to hold space for themselves without judgment in these times of transformation. Let everyone be reminded of the internal alchemy that creates worlds. Let everyone be empowered to see themselves for who they truly are, a gift to this world. Let all prayers for healing be met with healing, and all prayers for inspiration be met with inspiration. Spirit's saying, is there anything else that they want to add? Ken's adding his love, sharing his love. Marianne's sending a love. Lune says, prayers that we are all able to fall back into flow and release what doesn't serve us best we can along this journey. In turmoil, may we seek stillness. In joy, may we receive fully. Mary Penny says that we find the path to transmute tension into flow. May we all recognize and move toward unconditional love, even when it feels impossible. Robert sending his love. Almost praying for inner peace and joy. And may everyone remember that it's as simple as letting go. All right. I love you all dearly. I'm going to go ahead and light that now. Also, if you're new here, welcome. I love you. Quick announcement before I hop off, and you can just all be activated by the energy in this candle real quick. If you've been wanting to study Reiki and you've been wanting to get your attunements and go deeper into inner alchemy, sign up for the Kundalini Reiki System Master Teacher course, okay? It is an 8-week, 8-module, self-paced course that's fully online where I guide you every single day with exactly what you need to do. And these modules are covering kinds of things that you will not find in other Reiki courses. And this course is specifically for people who are looking to encounter, like, be able to handle anything that comes your way, okay? And if you want more information about that, you can go to my website. It's fromspiritforlove.com. The link's also in the description box, /KRS. And you can enroll today. If you have any questions about that, I'm here for you. There's 8 sets of attunements with that too. So literally you're getting attunements every single week, which is really intense. So again, if you've been looking for a lot of activations and upgrades, that's also there for you too. Julia says, bless all leaders, all communities, all families, that each may hear, thanks Lune for dropping the link, that each may hear the quiet guidance of Source and remember the living unity already present. May we all be aware of at all times our interconnectedness. Yes, that's beautiful. Okay, cheers. Cheers. Okay. And if you are feeling like, okay, Julia, I feel like I need to book with you. Yeah, book with me. The link's in the description box below. I offer half-hour reading and hour-long readings. And I also offer half-hour and hour-long Reiki sessions. I do a bunch of different curated intentional sessions. So if you haven't seen me before and you haven't gone through my website, do take a look through that, okay? Because I'm constantly tweaking things, constantly updating and putting new things up there. So just go ahead and take a look. Also, I do energy updates via email every couple of weeks. So if you want to get on my mailing list, that's on my homepage on my website. So join my mailing list and I'll be breaking down some of the major transits. Okay? So I think that's all I have for you today. I will see you all very soon. Yes, you're so, so welcome. Again, thank you for dropping those links, Lune. Much appreciated. You're welcome, Mary Penny. All right, you all take care. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your day, night, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. See you, Robert. You're welcome, Alma. Okay, folks. All my love. See you soon. Bye.